Ministry of East African Community has signed a collaboration deal with the University of Nairobi and the Collaborative Center for Gender Development on gender economic empowerment that will, among others, see incubation of at least 20 women, youth and PWDs traders in each cross-border point. EAC Principal Secretary Dr. Kevit Desai says the collaboration will inform policy implementation, upscaling of empowerment of special interest groups to participate more in cross-border trade.
The Ministry of East African Community has signed a collaboration deal with the University of Nairobi and the Collaborative Center for Gender Development to collaborate on empowerment of special interest groups involved in cross-border trade. The collaboration aims at coming up with a long-term plan that will provide women, youth and persons with disabilities protection, provision of working spaces and enhance policy development process through evidence-based decision-making process.
The intra-trade which is going along on a daily basis, side by side, the formal trade of trucks and the big multinationals and so on. And we consider this extremely unique by way of the overall potential it has towards promoting intra-trade. Women happen to be behind it at the forefront in terms of the percentage of 80% being women within cross-border trade. And so within this context, as part of the ministry's efforts, this is absolutely a critical area that we would like to innovate and develop and transform.
This kind of collaboration makes it possible to understand very well what the problem is in terms of even enough about what they need from the government, what they need from other kinds of partners.
How can this be identified and brought to the fore that we can share and do more business using that competitive advantage? So the University of Nairobi, what is bringing is the data decision-making approach.
Many corporations have come together in the fight for gender equality and raising the standard of the women in the society. As such, different policies have been put in place to help the women to endeavor in different dimensions. Meanwhile, the government is forging partnerships with the private sector in research, innovation, and policy framework on agriculture to boost food security. Speaking during the signing of a memorandum of understanding of a private-public partnership between the University of Nairobi and Elgon, Kenya, for the establishment of an agriculture and science research center, Dr. Desai said the innovation centers will help fragment the agriculture value chain and increase agricultural productivity.
Link between the academia, private sector and government in order to create that ecosystem of support. And when I mean ecosystem, we're looking at a systematic engagement, I presume, from a context of research at this technology center and innovation center to look at policy issues, legislation, all with a view of ensuring that we have a return proposition with respect to a high yield in productivity.
And this center will enhance that by allowing students and members of the farming community to get their hands on with seeing and touching and learning about new innovations in this field.
The center will benefit students, researchers, and farmers with new technology to boost yields. Reporting for Prime Edition, I am Teresa Mutai.